I do have the gun drawn though. Like I was just like more confused now. I was like I was not expecting giant round clown. Not sure what I was expecting, but
My name is Buffalumphum. How can I help you?
Can I try to will the clown away?
Trying to think about what you would roll for a will the clown away.
This is my drug trip. Clowns aren't welcome.
Try to roll a straight constitution roll.
Uh, 9.
So you do this, and you kind of see a formation of, it looks like a finger push the clown.
I'm not looking. It's all in my head. Eyes closed.
I meant them. Sorry, Pharos and Pharos sees this actually because he's still behind Orin, and Orin is slowly turning.
I can't look behind me.
I mean, you can, but you're not an owl, so you don't have 180 degrees. This isn't Poltergeist.
Okay, I was just thinking about me in water. That's all.
No. It's not like water. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
So,
see the finger just like push.
Yeah, you just see it sort of push, and you hear from the clown, oh, that tickled.
What the hell?
I repeat my question. What the hell are you? What in the nine hells are you? We'll go with that.
I am the patron of this realm. I was like, I am the patron of this realm. I see you are enjoying yourself.
Yeah, just can we leave? That's something we could do.
Leave? Why would you want to leave?
Are the eyes still here?
All of the eyes are staring at you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, just kind of like motion towards the eyes. Like I feel a little awkward being watched.
This place sucks.
Oh, well, I'm sorry my friends are bothering you. I could change them into something else. Do you like sausages?
It's kind of like deadpan stare at him. It's like, what? Okay, so you're the patron of this realm. You said, what does that make you? Like, djinn of some weird djinn?
I am me. Just like you are you. But I must ask, Pharos, would you like some sausage?
I don't like the implication. Yeah.
I know.
Trying to think what would be the course of action. Yeah, fuck it. Is he within 60 feet of me?
Yeah, he is, but he's also right behind. Well, actually, at this point, right in front of Orin, who's, turning and facing and seeing the clown for the first time in all of its round glory.
Yeah, I'm gonna just use Mind Sliver on the big clown.
All right. What do I have to roll for that? Is that wisdom?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
DC 12.
Okay. Roll your damage.
And Pharaoh's like, let us out, clown. Ooh, 6. Nice. Psychic.
All right, so you see Pharaoh's, get angry, cast this spell, and you see a large bubble literally occur in his head, almost like there was a mini explosion. And it slowly deflates as he blows out a bubble. And he goes, "Oh, that hurt. And it felt good."
Tag out someone else.
Can you
Ferris is
stop me from spinning, please? So I have a proper conversation.
Oh, of course. And he puts his 2 fingers just kind of vicing your head to stop you from moving. Now I have a question for you, Oren. Would you like some sausage?
I'm sorry, I don't have the proper magnification equipment to see your sausage.
Oh, but I have sausages of all sizes.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you're not packing it. What is... Okay. Why are we here?
I don't know. Why are you here?
We weren't brought here of our own accord.
Well, I didn't bring you here.
Out of character. Who and fuck it were the name of those 2 clowns?
Buckstick and Muckstick?
Yeah, I go. Do you know Buckstick and Fuckstick?
Oh, yes, I know every clown.
Oh, are you familiar with Carousel then?
Not that one.
You do. Are you a friend of clowns that make people happy, or a friend to clowns that take advantage of the people who they supposedly are entertaining?
Oh, just whoever's willing to give me what I need. Good, bad, enjoyment, screams. It's all delicious for me.
Am I getting like a Warlock patron vibes from this thing?
Because you are, yes, you do feel some kind of odd patron kind of energy from this creature.
All right, Ferris is going to be a little less hostile now. For now,
Um. So, are you? Does Fuckstick and Muckstick have the ability to send people here?
All clowns have the ability to send things to me.
so you're like a clown god.
I like the sound of that. And as
I said,
oh, sorry. And as you all are speaking in this instance, what is Roke doing?
I did roll a natural 20, so I will cautiously open my eyes. Now, it's all still eyes and the big clown head only.
Well, it's not a clown head, it's a big round clown.
The whole clown. He didn't turn the eyeballs into sausages. Since I felt like I had an attempt to before, can I try to will me and my can I test this whole willing thing out? Can I like try to will myself forward or something?
Yes, you can definitely try this. I'm gonna need you to roll Constitution straight up again.
16.
All right, so you try to will yourself forward, and you start to feel yourself moving forward. You kind of feel this. It almost feels like a hand pushing you at the small of your back as you're moving forward ever so slowly.
Can I will me and my friends out of here?
You can you could try.
$15.
So you, Roke, are there concentrating. You're struggling. You see a vein. You feel veins popping from your forehead as you're doing this, and you're like, Will. And as you do this, you start to see rats come out of nowhere from the darkness. A bunch of rats. You don't know if this is connected to you, but unbeknownst to all of you, Pharaoh's hears in his head, no more of this nonsense, as hundreds of rats just come out of nowhere and start eating the eyes. And you hear the clown go, oh no!
In
Guys,
my
I think
head,
the
I'm
rats are
totally
on our
taking
side.
credit for that.
What was that?
In my head, I'm totally taking credit for that. I'm like, yeah, I totally just willed this motherfucker out of here.
I'm just shouting. I think the rats are on our side, guys.
Is this guy still holding me by my hand?
Oh no, he only, turns you and then let you go. But as this occurs, you start to see a flash of white. All of a sudden, you are all kind of stuck. You feel your arms, you feel your senses, you smell something. You smell dirt. You smell urine. You smell shit. You hear muffled voices.
Am I bound and tied up?
You are, actually. You know that you're bound and tied up because you can't see anything. You smell musty cloth in front of you, and you open your eyes, and all you can see is cloth over your face. And, you hear muffling. You feel other people shuffling. You feel kind of rumbling. And you can hear the turning of wooden wheels. But it is at this instance that we are going to move on to see exactly what Carousel and Saphira are doing, while our heroes are sadly, currently, bound.
I don't want to be a mummy.
Alrighty then. Well then, as we leave the party, still searching for exactly where Carousel and Saphira went, and what Fuckstick and Muckstick did with them, we return back to Carousel and Saphira, who are attempting to leave the little shop of horrors they find themselves in, only to find they are blocked by a shadowy figure, blinded by light, holding a giant butcher knife. What does Carousel and Saphira do at this visage of this round figure, shadowy, in the light?
Blinded by the light. Fucking Carousel jumps onto Saphira's back, piggyback style, kind of just over her shoulder. Like, all right, get him. You fucking asshole.
And as you guys,
Sir,
sorry,
can we get past you? Just please.
so you speak to him, and you hear a voice. Hey, Jimbo. They're
They're awake and loose. I kill them.
And you hear another voice from up. No, you can't fucking kill them. You know they need to be fresh if we're gonna cook them.
But then what am I supposed to do?
Knock them out, you stupid fuck.
Alright.
And he starts walking down. You hear kind of thudding footsteps. And as they come into view, you see a dumpy looking creature with a bald head, wearing a chef's cap, a bloody and somewhat dirty apron with fat folds that just ooze out of whatever they were currently wearing and the drawstring of their apron. And their face looks somewhat stretched out and flat like a frog, almost. And they smell absolutely horrid. As they come closer, it becomes quite apparent that the odor is overwhelming.
So, question. Were we at the top of the stairs when the door opened, or were we at the bottom?
At the bottom.
Well, fuck. That doesn't do me any good. Because I was the way you said it, it sounded like we got to the top of the stairs and it flew open and they're right there. But
Sorry.
I mean, we could hear the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you definitely heard that.
So we know he's coming down.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming down at us.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in a stone staircase.
Mhm.
Coming towards a sapphire gem dragonborn.
Yes.
This sapphire gem dragonborn who has a problem with people who threaten them.
Yes.
She rears back, breathes in deep, and Carousel goes, "Oh fuck," and covers his ears. Fucking thunder breath straight up the fucking stairs at him.
All right. Roll for your damage. You don't even need to roll to hit because he's surprised by what's going on. He's a little bit dimwitted.
Dumb.
Yes.
Dumb. We're just gonna go with dumb. Alright. Ha! Fuck you. That's a max 10 on D. Or on damage.
Oh, okay. So you see Saphira, Carousel sees Saphira open her mouth and just draw back and let out a thunderous lightning blast of just pure thunderous energy. And it causes this creature who's standing there, you see his face distort and all of his fat folds just flapping as this wave of thunder hits him right in the face, and he goes flying backwards, and you hear as he flies out the door. And you hear sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, but you hear the other voice that you heard from the side just coming up. It's like, "Oh my god, Wimble, you couldn't fucking do it. You can't do anything fucking right. All right, fuck it." And you hear, and you just hear steps walking hurriedly towards the entrance of the basement.
Okay, do we have enough time to charge up the stairs and get out and get into the room up there, or
You do.
is it one of those things? Okay, so Saphira charges ahead with Carousel on her fucking shoulder.
And as you burst out from the cellar with the doors open, of course, you see around you stone walls, stone floors, several cauldrons bubbling. You see onions, you see carrots, you see potatoes, you see food. You are obviously in a kitchen. And charging you is similar to the fat
blubbery blob of a creature that tried to attack you is another one holding a large butcher knife.
Did when Homeboy got hit by the wave of force, did he drop his butcher knife?
He did. It is
Uh,
just in front of you.
is it wieldable for Carousel? Or
No,
would it be too big?
it's too big for Carousel.
Not even as like a two-handed greatsword.
If you want to try to wield it, I'm gonna need you to roll strength.
Okay.
Like strength, just straight strength check.
Okay. Good luck, or good thing. He's got a +1 to strength. I needed a dump stat. That'd be an 8.
So, you jump off, Carousel jumps off of Saphira's shoulder and attempts to grab and pick up this butcher knife, only to realize that it is heavy. It is unusually heavy for its size.
Okay.
And you just see...
Are there any normal size knives or anything that Carousel can grab and use? Because he's got the bandolier throwing knives normally, so he knows how to throw knives. Anything that he can use as a weapon other than his fucking squirrel teeth?
Roll for perception, please.
Where did I just put that D20?
Just rolled it. How can you lose it?
I've got 2 sets of dice. Fuck
Alright.
you.
Fine.
And my OCD makes me take it and put it back into the fucking pile. You said perception, right?
Yes.
That would be a 15.
All right. As Carousel looks around, he immediately sees there is a few rows of paring knives on a lower table.
He grabs them.
And he grabs them. Okay.
So since this is the first time we're dealing in the campaign with dealing with picking up weapons, by rulebook, picking up a weapon or swapping weapons is an action.
It is, but you are not currently technically in a combat stage just yet.
Okay. So he grabs them and I have not multi-classed into rogue yet, so therefore he cannot hide for sneak damage.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
so
I
you
guess
know,
yeah.
because a Gwimble does not notice that Carousel jumped off of Saphira's shoulder.
Okay. Does that mean that he's technically hidden?
He's technically hidden.
Okay. He is going to, as close as you can get as a ranger in a fucking a ranger in a kitchen as opposed to the woods. From behind one of the counters, he's gonna pop up and he's gonna throw one of the paring knives like a throwing dagger.
All right, if you wouldn't mind rolling for see whether or not you hit.
How are we going to do that? Do you want me to just treat it as
a
same?
regular throwing dagger? So it's going
Not-
to be a +6 because it's your dex.
Right. So 1d4 + 4 for damage if it hits.
Mhm.
All right. +6, that will make that a 12.
All right, so that definitely hits, and you know what? You don't need to roll for damage here. So here's what happens.
Okay.
Carousel throws the knife, and it is a white-handled paring knife, but it is very
the white
sharp.
handled,
Mhm.
the white handled, not even like fucking black handle with the with a pin set in it. It is like the cheapest of the cheap shit that you can get.
That's all they got. So you see this knife just go whizzing forward, and the unsuspecting blumbering Gwimbo just is flopping forward as he's trying to run towards you at top speed, and it goes right into his eye, and you just hear ha ha ha. You and he falls forward, and the knife just goes into his head,
Oh,
and he stops moving.
okay. Well, what does a homeboy behind us that went flying into the kitchen do? Or is he out for the count?
He is, well, so are you looking for him?
I mean, Saphira would probably be looking at him or looking for him after homeboy just fell down and, he did.
So Saphira looks around, and she notices there is a pair of feet sticking out of one of the cauldrons. They are
Well,
they are definitely not alive anymore.
I guess that's one way to make a gumbo. Apparently, we're in Louisiana because we've got frog in the soup.
And you hear from a room that's just past the wall that you guys came up from.
Okay.
You hear Wembley. Wembley. Wembley? Wembley. Hey.
Carousel does his best Wembley impression. Which, by the way, how do they sound again?
Gwimbly sounds it kind of sounds like Vegeta. Wembley is just kind of what the hell?
And which one's he calling for?
He's calling for both of them. Gwimbly and Wembley.
Don't worry, everything's fine. You don't need to come in here. We're all good. The big one's naked, and we're butchering her. I don't know if you want to see the giant dragon tent.
And you hear the voice answer back. Okay, fine. Remember, we gotta get these things ready for the customers, okay? When the hack comes, she's really hungry.
Sure thing.
And you hear silence because apparently he believed you.
So, Saphira, doesn't seem like these things are particularly smart.
Carousel and Saphira find themselves looking at a full-size kitchen. It's got 2 cauldrons. One of them is currently cooking one of
They
the
bully wogs.
yeah, Wembley's being cooked right now as soup. There is
Is Wembley and Gwimbly bullywogs?
Yes, that's exactly what they
Yes,
were.
I knew it.
So, he's being cooked, and of course, Gwimbly is dead on the floor of this stone floor. You see, of course, all of the food and everything, and on the far side at the cutting boards, you see several torsos being butchered. Their rib cage opened up and the meat separated from the ribs already, but seems like the chest meat is still there.
Wow. So going with the rib meat on this one. Funny, I would have thought that these guys would have tried splanching. And for those of you who don't know what splanching is, you cut out the backbone and then smash it down flat. It's on the craze for Thanksgiving turkeys nowadays.
Yeah.
I actually really want to try that this year.
Oh?
But so in an attempt to arm herself, even though Saphira is a weapon, can she go downstairs, grab some chains, and wrap them around her fists straight up like Tekken style?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. So Saphira
Alright.
goes downstairs and she grips one of the chains, and I'm gonna need you to make a strength check with advantage.
Hold on, let me switch back to Saphira. Woo! So that's a 19 or a 6.
Yeah, we're gonna take the 19, right? So
Yeah. We're gonna go with the big one, right? Just maybe. Waiter, I shall take the 19 and not the 6, please.
So, Saphira wraps two of the chains around her fists, and she just pulls down, and they come off the ceiling relatively easily. Way easier than they should have for being meat hooks holding torsos.
Okay.
And, she wraps them around her fists, and now she does have a pair of extra weapons that count as battle gauntlets.
Chained brass knuckles.
Yeah.
How do you want to justify that? A plus to damage or anything like that? Or just flavor?
Just flavor.
All right. I guess she goes back upstairs with Carousel and
Now, is she still naked?
yeah. I mean, so is Carousel. They're not gonna grab the bloody shit off of the one bullywog or the one that's currently cooking in his bloody clothes.
Okay, I guess that's true. That's fair. Better
I
naked.
mean, unless there's like an apron to put on, and then she can look like those memes of the Starbucks girls.
You do see two aprons hanging on the wall.
Oh, Carousel doesn't care. Twig and Berry's all out. He's a squirrel. He doesn't give a shit.
Alrighty then.
Saphira puts the apron on.
She puts.
I mean, technically, she's got to put both of them on, one for each tit, and then
She tightens the. As she tightens the apron, from in the distance, she hears.
she turns around to see.
There's nobody there.
She pokes her head back downstairs. Hey, jackass in the box.
What?
Did you just wolf whistle at my naked ass?
I can't see anything. I barely have lips.
Go to hell. And she just
I am in
pulls
hell.
her head back.
All right, so y'all are out there. What do you do currently? There is there's a door that seems to lead wherever that voice came from, and then another door that seems to lead potentially outside.
Just for shits and giggles, Carousel will check the leg pockets of Stew Boy. See if there's anything in his pockets, like keys or anything like that. And then Saphira will check dude that is face down with a knife in his eye.
Do me a favor, roll 2d20 separately for both Carousel and Saphira for a luck roll.
Seems about right. Saphira got a 14, Carousel got an 18.
Alrighty then. As Saphira checks the pockets of, Big Frog Down, she finds in his pockets something wrapped up in parchment paper that's quite greasy, unidentifiable. She finds a few gold coins, and she finds a rusty shucking knife.
She throws the knife to Carousel and is like, well, you're better with these than I am. So here you go. Also, just because I can, this gold is mine now.
All right. And Carousel, when he looks in Soup Boy's pants, carefully trying not to get burned by the soup that's bubbling, he finds in his pockets a unique gem that is green, and inside of the green gem, which is somewhat clear, you see this odd booger. So you don't know what it is, but it's inside the crystal. As well,
Okay.
as well as about 6 gold coins.
Hey, I found gold too. Haha, we're making out. Can Carousel try to stealth out the swinging door? Well, first off, the door that doesn't look like it goes outside, is it a stereotypical kitchen door that swings both ways?
The one that goes
Can
outside,
you-
right? Are you talking about the one that potentially goes outside, or the one that's doesn't go outside, that the voice came from?
The one that the voice came from.
Okay, yes, that is those are swinging double doors.
Windows in them or solid?
There is one small window on both doors, but they're higher than Carousel can look at, unless of course he climbs up.
Even on Saphira's shoulder.
On Saphira's shoulder, she'll be able to see it.
All right, he jumps up and he's like, "Let's look out the window and just see what we can see."
All right. So, if you wouldn't mind rolling for perception, is Carousel the only one looking?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, he's like, "All right, we gotta do. You just stand here, and I'll just peek over the window real quick just to see. You don't want me to look? No, you're big. They're gonna fucking see you. Hold on a second. 17 plus 4.
Okay. So when you look through the window, which is scratched up, foggy, and really, really dirty, But-
Stereotypical.
but you look in and you see a wide-backed creature with a small tuft of hair on top and warts on their back. They aren't facing the window, so you can't really see their face, but you can see them grabbing what seems to be living creatures and eating them, while he seems to be working on something.
Okay, so there's a big ugly ass monster eating people out front. Let's check this other door. I need my shit. I've got the paring knives, but they're paring knives. I need everything back. And I really need the pouch with the feathers. Otherwise this place is going to go to hell.
All right.
So they go and check the other door.
So the other door, when they open it, leads outside to a really, really misty, smelly, swampy bog. And you can actually see right next to the doorway a pile of clothes. And in that pile, you do see your armaments, your clothing, a large belted bandolier, a child-sized cloak, as well as a few other items.
Okay, like is everything there, or is it just like some of the stuff?
Are you rummaging through everything?
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
Carousel's. I see my shit, so he jumps down and starts looking,
So as you're going
taking
through,
inventory.
yeah. So as you're going through everything and putting it all on, or sorting it all out, you notice there's one thing missing. Something very important to Carousel, which is a silver acorn that he always carries with him.
Oh, the one on his necklace. Where is it? Where is it? this shit doesn't do me any good if I don't fucking have it. Where is it? Is Saphira's shit there?
Yes.
You know, her leather pants, leather vest, her white shirt, and
And her
are the battle gauntlets there?
Yes.
Okay, so she's dressed now,
No longer naked.
no longer naked. She's slipping her battle gauntlets on, flexing her fists. What are you going on about? What do you need? All your weapons are there. Why are your crom bits the size of you? I need it. I need the acorn. Where the fuck is it? And he's just throwing shit. He's like, I need it. None of this shit fucking works without it. It's like, are you going on about that silver acorn necklace? Yes, I need it. Why is it so important? It's a family heirloom. That's all I'm gonna say. But at the same time, that thing is what shrinks this shit to me. What do you mean it shrinks it to you? It's fucking Fey magic. It makes it so that way I can just grab normal size shit and it comes to squirrel size. Oh. I now foresee the problem.
As you see Carousel with trying to put their armaments on, but, you know, it's like seeing a squirrel wearing human clothes. None of it fits.
Okay, so this isn't gonna fucking work. We gotta find that acorn, otherwise none of this shit's gonna work. I mean, I guess I can carry the bandolier if you want to carry everything else. Because the feather knives are still me size. I mean, they're swimming in a fucking Goliath-sized belt, but they fucking work. So I could do that. Is his bow there?
His bow is there.
His bow would be him-sized.
Yes.
But his fucking arrows aren't.
No.
Shit. I've got the bow, but I can't use the arrows. Alright, I'm gonna have to make some me-sized arrows after this shit, because I'm not getting caught in this again. I got the throwing knives, and then he looks at the crom bits that are literally 2.5 feet tall that are the size of him because they are world serpent fangs. So I got paring knives and my throwing knives. I guess I can use the feather knives as actual daggers. This is gonna be interesting. I'm still gonna be naked aside from the fucking belt. Alright, fuck it, let's go find the fucking acorn. He packs all this shit up and I guess makes a little pouch. Well, I mean, makes a fucking finds a backpack and just has Saphira put the backpack on with all of his shit in it.
So you do find a musty old backpack amongst all of the piles of clothing that are left there.
Just tucks everything in the fucking bag and has Saphira put it on. Saphira, just because she's grown momentarily attached to them, is wrapping the chains around her battle gauntlets.
Okay.
Make him more badass.
All right.
But I guess they go back inside, Carousel naked except for a fucking bandolier, and yeah, I guess they're gonna try to sneak out the other door.
You mean sneak into the other door where the creature is?
Yeah, I mean, is there any like office or anything where it might be sitting, or can he? I mean, it's a family heirloom and he's Fey. Would he be able to sense where any other Fey magic where it would be coming from?
Yeah, roll
Like
Arcana.
what direction? Roll Arcana. Oh shit. That's a +0. So let's see what the dice says. And that would be a 14.
Okay. So you do feel it. The magic that connects you and that amulet seem to be coming from the room that creature is in.
Well, fuck. Let me guess. It's in the room with the big giant monster eating people, isn't it? It would seem so.
And
Well-
this. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, well, I've got my shit. Let's go get your shit. Nothing bad can happen, right? As she.
And this is where we're going to leave Carousel and Saphira for just a moment while we go back to the rest of the crew. We're still trying to figure out where Carousel and Saphira actually are. Alrighty. Alrighty then, everybody. And of course, we come back to the scene where our heroes are currently.
Can I hear?
Can you hear me now? Oh. Can you hear me now? I didn't have my mic active.
Yes.
Alrighty then. So we return back to the scene where our intrepid heroes are in bondage. But this is where we are going to take a small break to allow for us to interact with everybody and give everybody a chance to go to the bathroom and do all of that what they need to do. Either way, I appreciate all of y'all for being here, for hanging out and having fun. Time to turn on some music and let's chill out, shall we? Okay. Sorry, everybody. I was just working on making sure everything looks good. But once again, this is the time to, talk, ask questions if y'all want to ask any questions and know about exactly what's going on. And of course, this is also if you want to make, there are channel points to be able to request shout outs for us, any of the DNDoofs, to shout out in character. You can just make a request for any of the characters or myself to do any of the NPCs or just as the announcer. Either way, we really do appreciate all of y'all because this is a lot of fun and honestly wouldn't be possible without all of y'all. Without Oda, without Geistphage, without Remy, without Chef, without my community. So thank you all.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back.
Quick question for you, Fasha.
What's up?
Well, it seems the amount of neutering they did to the Dragonborn is even worse than we thought. I don't have fangs and I don't have claws, apparently.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because that was something that the half dragons had. But I went looked up, was like, oh, I guess I don't have those now. Dang it.
No, and it's not necessary either.
In this exact predicament, actually, it would be helpful.
I mean, it would just be either unarmed attack or improvised attack. Because you're a draconian, it doesn't necessarily mean you have teeth large enough to do that kind of damage, nor do you have claws large enough to do that kind of damage. Maybe large enough to cut rope, but...
I'm just saying that's just something I realized was another difference between half dragons and draconians. That's all.
Yeah.
And I just want to share the fun. So it seems like you and Chef had so much fun, didn't you?
Oh yeah, you know, we just had to get those little bits done, and we wanted to make sure that it transitioned well, and it was fun to do.
Oh, that looked hysterical.
Alright.
It also appears that the Fey realm has cable.
You could consider it that way.
Yes, I do, Chef. That's why I made the joke.
Alright. Alright. Everybody doing good so far?
Yep.
Yep.
I was back quicker that time.
Doing one more last thing, and then we'll go back and get ready.
Where'd we go?
Almost, almost.
Raj is letting us know what we're currently seeing.
Yep. Mm. There we go. I see myself.
All right. We're ready to get back into it.
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty then, everybody. Give me a moment to pause the music. Well then, my friends, let's get back into our adventure. Now, our intrepid heroes here are currently bound. And all they can see is burlap in front of their face. And they can smell fear, urine, shit, and hear everybody moving around, rumbling. They can feel themselves shaking as they hear wooden wheels moving amongst the rustling. What are y'all at the moment doing? Each one of you is bound, and none of you are aware of whom is with you at the moment.
So,
I
are
feel.
we?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are we gagged as well?
You have a cloth over your mouth, but it's not necessarily anything to stop you from screaming or shouting. It just will distort what you're saying.
Okay. Am I on? Yeah. Am I on top of the pile or at the bottom of the pile?
You currently
Oh, that's
feel
not
at
what
you currently feel at least the weight of a few bodies on top of you. So you are definitely not on the top of the pile, but you also feel other bodies moving underneath you. So you're somewhere in the middle.
Gotcha.
Am I on the top side?
You are on the top. So you are the only you can feel bodies wriggling underneath you, and you can see some rays of light coming through the burlap stitching of what's on your face.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything about me having to be able to see what I'm doing with this spell, so I'm going to use the cantrip Mage Hand.
All right, one moment. And then what does Roke wanted to do?
Ah!
Yes, currently Roke is you hear him scream, and you can tell Roke is one of the bodies that are probably right next to you from the ear-piercing scream that he just let out. Now, when you cast Mage Hand, you don't know where the hand is.
I thought I would know because don't I feel what it feels? Or
Yeah, you can feel wind, you can feel straw or whatever, wherever you cast it. You can feel the burlap, but you don't know.
Oh no, I was literally going to cast it at my fingertips on the other side of the fabric.
Okay.
So I can feel it, and then it's going to look like Thing crawling around until it finds a knot, and then it's going to try to undo the knot.
So as it moves around, it goes around, still doesn't find a knot. It keeps going around. Because you can't see, you don't know where it's going currently.
I guess I thought I was going to use it on me and that pressure to basically do a sweep of myself.
Yeah, you do that, but you can't find anything because you can't see anything.
Okay, so I don't see it. All right, well, hey, worth a try.
Can I reach my front pocket on my robes?
Where is that pocket? Is that near your crotch?
Yes.
Roll for dexterity.
That is a flat dex. That would be a 14.
All right. So, you are able to wiggle your fingers into your pocket, but only 2 of your fingers kind of reach in because the rest of your hand is, well, your fingers kind of get caught on a knot that is apparently underneath the cloth, keeping your hands to your side.
Fine. I'm trying to dig out my thieves' tools.
All right. So you roll. What did you roll again?
14.
All right. So you are able to kind of feel them with your fingers, but sadly, you're only able to touch them enough to move them, not enough to be able to grab them at the moment.
Okay, that's gonna be what I'm trying to work on while they're doing stuff.
All right. Roke, what would you like? What other than screaming? What would you like to be doing?
Nothing. I don't really have anything I can do, and so I mean, if we're tied up like that, I'll just scream and be terrified, I guess.
All right. Oren.
I'm actually going to bring the hand and try to lift my blindfold.
It is not a blindfold, so when you attempt to lift it, you realize it is one full burlap sack.
We're in a sack.
Okay, is there anybody above, like moving the hand up around my face, like going like this? Is there anybody in front of my face?
You feel a bunch of other you feel a bunch of other burlap sacks that are moving.
Okay, so I'm not facing straight up then.
What do you mean?
Am I on my back or am I on my stomach or side?
Oh no, you're on your back, so you feel the other bodies like on your back.
Okay, yeah. I was checking to see if anything was in front of my face when I'm about to do what I'm about to do.
Ah, okay.
I don't want to catch anyone else on fire.
Okay.
But I will let them do what they're gonna do first.
Yeah, I'm just still trying to get my thieves' tools.
So, as you're continuing to try, I need you to roll another dex. And of course, as this is all going on, you do hear screaming, terrifying screaming. One of the voices is Roke, screaming.
Ooh,
I'll stop
Yeah.
after a little while, but I'll just
That was a-
like, yeah.
Oh, but it was funnier.
that's a 15 this time.
All right, so you are now able to at least get your hands on, or at least you kind of scissor. Yeah. You get one handle, very, very loosely, but you are able to grip it and bring it up to the rest of your palm, and it is a pair of tweezers.
Hey, as long as it counts for thieves' tools. All I need is it in my hand.
Now, as Roke stops screaming, is there anything you would like to do in this instance in the burlap sack bag thing?
No, I don't. Like I said, I don't have anything I can do really. So I mean, I'll if I'm loose enough, I'll give some attempt at like getting out. But otherwise, I'm chill. I'm along for the ride, I guess.
All right, so the cart's still bumping along.
Now that Roke's quiet, can I hear anybody else talking?
You hear muffled, yelling, crying, screaming from a multitude of other sources near you.
If I have my thieves' tools in my hand, I am gonna say something before I do something.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say sorry whoever's above me.
Oh, wait, what are you gonna poke them?
I'm going to use the right tool for the job and change my thieves and essentially summon a knife. I can turn it into any artisan tools.
All right.
Something cover has a knife in it.
I think like the
just
cooking
gonna-
tools has a knife.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to cut my own bag.
All right. One moment. So you are slowly moving because your hands are bound. So you're slowly moving that knife up and down, and you are cutting. You are cutting through it. It is taking a little bit of time as you're cutting through that rope, though.
That's fine.
But you also hear, one of the people above you go, oh,
Can my
oh.
like?
Sorry. You also hear one of the people above you go, oh, oh, because you are starting to kind of poke them.
It'll be okay. I'll get us all out of this.
Oh, you see, Orin literally, at, I don't how this is like cheap burlap or thick sturdy burlap.
Well, seeing as your arms are bound, all you can do is look at it, and it looks like burlap. You can't really necessarily tell the quality.
Okay, well, I'm about to find out, so I'm gonna try to bite it.
All right, so
I'm
you
literally gonna try to rip this apart with my teeth in order to get. My goal is this is what I'm working towards. I'm actually trying to rip enough fabric so that I can get some type of visual outside of this bag. I want to be able to see out of the bag.
okay? You know what? I already rolled for you anyways, because I can't think of a stat. So you chew and you bite on this, and your teeth get stuck on the twining of this, and your mouth is now full of burlap around your teeth.
The dice don't like me today.
No, we're not shooting. No, chef, that's not happening. Anyways, I'm sorry. I had to break that just for a second because he said that. And it's like, no.
No,
Hey, anything's on the table.
I'm not gonna lie. I had an idea, but then I was like, no, Orin wouldn't risk this many innocent people.
So,
Barrows would.
oh god. So as you continue to try and like chew through this burlap, you start to loosen the fibers. You're kind of think of a child sucking on a swaddling cloth. Eventually the fibers do get loose. So that's what's kind of happening here. And the fibers do get loose enough for you to kind of make a hole. It's just barely big enough for you to see bigger rays of light. And you kind of see above you, very dirty canvas. It seems like you are, from what you can assume, in a covered wagon.
Okay, I have a question for you. When I use Misty Step, can I choose what I take with me?
Not necessarily. Not in this instance, at the very least. You are bound. You can barely see where you're at. The only thing you can see is above you.
I don't think we can do the somatic portions of spells either, if our hands are bound. I don't know if that Misty Step has that.
No,
spell.
it has a verbal component, and that's it.
Ooh.
Hence why I was trying to use it to literally tell Misty Step to the other side of the burlap sack to get out of it. But if that's not possible, I'm not going to try it. But that's what I'm trying to do, is get enough visual of what's going on.
You can attempt a Misty Step. You can try it. See what happens.
Yeah, I'll use my free cast of Misty Step then.
So, you do Misty Step, but the thing is, everything bound to you and on your person comes with you, including the burlap sack. So you Misty Step to where you can see, just above, and like a foot above where you were, and you just fall right back down onto the bodies that are underneath you, and you just hear a bunch of "Ugh!"
You probably just got someone stabbed.
But all of you, including Roke, feel this movement occur. Pharos, I do apologize. You feel yourself get kind of more compressed because of this. And Roke, you get displaced and you roll over, and now you're face down on the floor of this. You can feel it's hardwood flooring of this wagon.
I'll try to right myself, I guess. Roll around.
Well, I learned something. You cannot teleport out of bondage in Faja's world.
Now, if you wouldn't mind rolling for dexterity, Roke.
Ooh. Okay.
Just a straight roll, just check.
Yep, straight roll for a dex check, not dex save or anything.
21.
What the fuck? Okay. So you expertly do the worm, and you flip yourself, and now you're actually standing up.
Flip me! Flip me!
Is he standing like on the bodies? So there's someone standing on us now.
No. He's standing on the floor, but he obviously can't see. But he is he perfectly wormed and then jumped and kind of like almost somersaulted and is now standing straight up.
Well, I'm gonna sit down because I'm like bound, so I don't think standing in a sack bound is a good idea. So I will seat myself, but at least I won't be like I'll be sitting like a normal person and not in a pile of bodies.
I'll say smart decision in that one. All right. Anything else that y'all would like to do in this instance?
I'm assuming I cannot get my hand to my waist. To the side of my waist.
Roll for strength. Strength saving, sorry. 8. So you are able to somewhat inch your hand a little bit, and the knots loosen a little bit for you to be able to move it an inch forward or an inch backward. But at the moment, that's all you're able to do. You can work on it more to keep loosening it, though, if you would like.
Also, I'm going to use the mage hand to try to get some of this stuff out of my mouth.
You are, because the mage hand is like right there on your face, kind of like that. So you are able to move it down.
It's really a spectral thing. It's a spectral thing on my face right now.
You are able to move it down and feel kind of where your mouth is to like, pick out the burlap a little bit so it's no longer in your mouth.
And this is what I'm aiming for, Faja. I have a dagger on my belt.
All right. Now, one moment though. Geisophage, you are actually able to successfully cut through one of the knots in this instance. Your hand is now free, but the rest of your arm is still bound to your body. As for Orin, I just need you to roll another strength saving.
Why can't I get dexterity? 13.
All right, so now you are actually able to freely move your hand because you have loosened the knots on the that or bounding your hand to your side. But you'll have limited movement because your arms are still tightly bound to your arm or to your body. But you do have the ability to almost reach that knife now.
You cut out.
Sorry. But you do have the ability to reach that knife now, even though your arms are bound, because you able to successfully free your hand.
Yeah, I'm just trying to inch. I might cut myself, but I'm literally putting my hand on the hilt and then using my fingers to pull the blade up while not moving my hand.
All right, I'm gonna need you to roll a dex, and then Pharaohs, did you want to say something?
I was gonna say how loose are we playing with someone having to damage me? Like, if I position the knife to where if someone else's movement causes it to stab me, would that count?
DM me what you're trying to do.
Will do.
Is it a save or a check?
It is a say. Wait. You're trying to grab it, right? It's a check. It's a check.
Okay, then that would be a 13.
Nice. You are able to you grab the knife like this, and you have a very loose grip on the knob on the pommel of it, and you're just kind of like inching it into your hand, and you are able to get a good grasp on it now.
Okay, because I'm gonna try to use the mage hand to hold the burlap sack taunt to help me cut the knife free so I can hand the knife to the mage hand.
Okay. Okay. And now, Rogue, you are sitting. Anything else you'd like to do right now?
I don't know how exactly we're situated. Where are our hands tied? They're tied in front of us.
Your hands are essentially tied to your side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can try to wiggle free, I guess, if possible. But
Wiggle away, my friend, and roll a strength saving roll a strength saving throw.
19.
All right, so you are wiggling like a worm. Jesus, your dice like you today. You are wiggling like a worm, and you are successfully able to loosen the majority of your knots to essentially make it so you have movement in your arms and your legs, but you're still tied up. But you do have enough movement where you can try to find where the opening of the burlap sack is underneath your feet to try to take it off.
Yeah, sure. I'll work on that.
All right. Pharaohs,
E.
what are you doing? Oh, you sent it to me. Cool. Thank you.
I did.
I have to double check that to make sure because I need to see exactly what the fuck you're trying to do.
We disappeared again.
Ninja speed.
Okay. That's what you want to do.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? You can do that. As long as you can feel like you have to essentially kind of try to feel your way through the bag and try to feel someone else's hand. That's the loosely be hand and push it into you.
All right. I'm gonna try to do that. As I'm doing so, I'm gonna be like whoever's like as I'm poking them with the other side of the knife. I'm like, person above me. If you really want to get out of here, let me push this with your hand.
So you hear a muffled murmur, and you feel like, you know, the hands coming out of the burlap side and grasping it ever so slightly, kind of like they're doing this this number, and they have it in their hand very, very, very loosely.
Just push it down.
And you just hear, and they just kind of roll, and it stabs you.
Yeah, I'm gonna hellish rebuke that. Try to set the burlap on fire. As I'm doing so, I'm like, sorry about this, but it's the only way.
And this just a moment. This is gonna be fun. Oren, what are you doing right now?
I was gonna try to use the mage hand to get the dagger under one of the bindings, and then basically like a two-man team, the mage hand on the tip and my hand on the thing, try to saw through one of the bindings to free myself.
All right. So as you're attempting to do this, both you and Roke smell smoke burning. You hear everybody start to panic as this burning smell grows stronger. You start to see smoke kind of billowing above you in that little hole that you can see as you hear more screaming intensify, and
Must cut faster.
Pharaohs, you take. Yeah.
By the way, if I do get out, I'm gonna immediately try to help people.
So you are able to get loose, but you do take 1 point of burning damage because it does burn you from the embers that are just like going everywhere right now because it's dry fucking burlap.
That's fine.
And as this occurs, everybody's panicking. You see more people able to get up because they're burnt. They're on fire almost. And Roke, all you hear while you're able to slowly move this burlap sack and you actually catch it under your feet and you're able to move it, you see the smoke. You see embers, these burlap sacks embering.
I will get myself out of there faster.
And as this occurs, you hear in the distance horses rushing forward and a battle cry. The thickness will save you! And in this instance, we're going to cut to Carousel and Saphira to see exactly what they're doing. Well, here we come back into Carousel and Saphira as the party continues their search over there. And they find themselves, I mean Carousel and Saphira, find themselves back inside the kitchen area, trying to find an heirloom of Carousel's. And of course,
It's a magical heirloom. It's not like it's something his grandma gave him on, it's not like a thing of Werther's Originals or some shit.
true. And we see Carousel and Sphere standing in front of two large swinging double doors. And Carousel himself is holding two of his feather daggers and a few paring knives and is still naked.
His clothes don't fit him without the fucking... like, even his pants and his shirt were normal size because the acorn shrinks everything down to his size. He finds something that he likes, he buys it, and then it just, bloop, perfect size. The acorn makes it so you can see his bulge, okay?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it makes everything bigger.
No, it makes everything smaller and tighter.
Right. So, currently, you still hear, groaning, crying, and light screaming coming from the other side as this creature continues to gorge itself on somewhat living beings.
So, shall we just go in daggers ablazing? Because it's not like we have guns. I mean, I've got all my stuff. I can go in and hit him as hard as I fucking want. You're the one that's at a disadvantage. I told you need to start making stuff that's your size. I don't like the shit that's my size.
Stubborn,
Alright, I'm going to
stubborn
jump
little
on your
squirrel.
Here's the plan. You go in, or I'll sneak in, be all super stealthy squirrel-like and everything, and see if I can find it. While I'm looking for that, you go punch him really hard. So let me get this straight. Your plan is for me to get put in danger with the giant person-eating monster, while you look for a fucking trinket. Yeah, just a little bit. You can be the ambassador. You do realize the word's pronounced ambassador, and it doesn't work here. You fucking moron. Okay, fine. Ambassador's too hard to say. Just call yourself bait for all I care. I swear to God, I rue the day that I fucking met you. Saphira's going to go in after and create a ruckus while Carousel tries to stealth in.
Alright, if you wouldn't mind rolling for stealth for Carousel.
Come on, dice. Stealth is a +6.
Come on,
'Cause
sneak.
I chose proficiency in stealth. That would be a 19 on dice +6.
Oh, it would have been so funny if it was a 1. Alright.
I would have fucking lied. I would have died laughing.
So what does Saphira do as she bursts in?
Do you really want to ask me that? With all of our interests, you want to ask me how she makes an entrance?
We gotta know.
She kicks the door open, and for some reason, just all of a sudden, this random disembodied song starts playing. All you hear is, I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. Thank you, Team 4-star.
Oh my fucking god. So, Saphira bursts in, causing a distraction. And one moment. I'm gonna check something real quickly.
Yes, it's copyrighted. No, you can't use the actual song.
No, shush. Yeah, so this creature turns around suddenly, startled, with 4 bodies in his mouth that are wriggling. Their legs are just... And he's just... Oh! 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 And he falls forward, choking. And his leg is just twitching a little bit as his life starts to leave his eyes.
Saphira straight in, kicked that door in, and the swinging door is open. Strode out, got in a fighting stance, and saw this, and drops her hands. Oh. Well, this just went about as easy as the fucking bar fights at the tavern with the drunk-ass dwarf. Hey, Carousel, I don't think you have to stealth anymore.
And you see Carousel just being super stealthy.
Fucking straight up Pink Panther. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. He looks over and is like, "Oh. Well, that was a plan we didn't need to fucking make. Apparently all we have to do is run in and say boo."
Someone should learn to chew their food.
I've heard of trying to talk with your mouth full, but fuck. Does Carousel see the acorn anywhere?
Roll for perception.
Oh god. It's a good thing it's +4. Yay, yay, proficiency.
Come on, dice.
19 +4.
All right, so Carousel looks around and he sees amongst a small pile of treasure your acorn.
Treasure?
Yes, there are a few bags of coins. There are several gemstones, as well as a odd and very, very unique bone that seems to be decorated in obsidian crystals.
Ooh, obsidian.
Hmm.
That means you're getting close to bedrock.
Wait.
Actually, it doesn't. It just means that they're the fucking source blocks of water and magma.
Ah.
Anyway, I mean, I guess Carousel. Saphira, give me the backpack. Give me the backpack. Give me. Fine, you little fucker. Here you go. You see him start pulling shit out, just putting it on. His pants that are like made for a fucking adult human. His shirt that's made for a fucking Goliath. He puts the bandolier on with the child-size fucking hooded leather trench coat. He's just sitting there like sleeves down to here. Fucking. And then last thing you see, he just grabs the acorn. Puts it over his head. Fucking sees silver light shine everywhere, then everything is carousel size, and he's like, much better.
It fits.
Now, Saphira, I realize you loved the show, but unfortunately it's over. I will kick you out into that fucking bog if you even imply that again. With the backpack now empty, Carousel starts shuffling the treasure into the backpack.
All right. So as he
Yes.
You know, you hear the coins, coins. You know, they're
Goins. I still need to make that.
right. They jingle in the bag, but you haven't opened them, so you don't know how many coins are in there. As well as the gemstones all get shoved into this moldy old bag.
Even the bone that's encrusted with gems and shit.
I mean, do you want to take that? Did you just
It's
shove
shiny.
everything in?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So that's all in there. That's all in that bag.
Carousel tries to pick it up and is like, oh, I
knew-
think this weighs more than I do. Saphira. I mean, it's not like we don't need the money. Bends down, picks it up, and puts it on.
All right. So, do you guys make your way outside again?
I mean, are there any other rooms like in the restaurant, I guess?
No, as you look out from, where the thing choked and died, there's a short order window.
Okay, so we're still in the back of the restaurant. Or is it short order like a Rallies?
Like a Rallies.
Okay. I mean,
it's a swim up bog restaurant.
did you make a redneck Cajun version of Labradier or whatever?
Maybe.
I know the One Piece fans are going to kill me for the way that I just pronounced that, but I forgot the name, okay?
It's all right.
Don't at me, okay? It's at hey underscore I'm underscore chef, but don't fucking at me. I mean, is there anything? I guess they can both do perception checks, see if there's anything else that they need in here that they have in here. To go menus that say where the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Anything like that?
Go ahead. Actually, no. Do an insight check with this.
Insight check for
Yeah.
both. All right. On dice, that is a 10 for Carousel, not surprising, and a 14 for Saphira. So that comes out to a insight. 12 for Carousel, or a. Where is insight, motherfucker? 14 for Saphira. It's +0.
Okay. So, as you look around, you do find a few menus that are made of wood, but also quite stained and kind of gross. And it does state on it, "Welcome to the Bali Polly Wally Wogs."
Okay. Is this a restaurant either of them would have heard of? Carousel probably not, considering he is new to the realm, but what about Saphira?
No, definitely not. For every item on the menu is a different species. There's draconic, there's human, there's elf, there's dwarf, there's gnome, a little bit of everything.
Can we see any way out of here?
From the doorway, no. Sorry, from the doorway. So from the window, from the short order window, no. You just see mass amounts of disgusting green methylated bog.
Any essentially, for lack of a better term, the fantasy version of a John boat?
No.
I forget what they're actually called to, get across the water and shit like that.
At the moment, no. But you do remember when you went to the door that led outside, there was a path, a small path that led from the bog further on towards potentially more dry land.
Okay. Saphira grabs Carousel and is like, so, they like to eat people. Of all kinds. These, I mean, granted, we've killed 3 of them. One looks like it could be the manager and the other 2 chefs, but we don't know if there's another shift coming in. I know you're a little chaotic chaos gremlin of a squirrel. Just a little bit. What would you say to some preventative friendly arson? You had me at arson. Oh, they want to burn the place down.
Well, seeing as you found all of your stuff,
Yeah.
you have everything you need to burn the place down. And there's obviously a kitchen.
Uh-huh. Are there deep fryers? You know, gas range, or is it all wood fire?
All
What are
wood,
we what are we doing?
It's all wood fire.
Well, I mean, even back then there had to be cooking oil and shit, right?
Yes, there is cooking oil. So 2 of the cauldrons are cooking what is it?
Well, one's cooking jambalaya.
Jambalaya, yeah. Wembley jambalaya. The other one has boiling fat in it.
Yeah. They start scooping out the fat and just ladling it everywhere through the restaurant.
And as you do this, because the fat is hot, you see it sizzle and you just instantly see flames following every little bit of grease that you're pouring as you're pouring it. And
So,
the restaurant, every bit of wood that is covered, and I mean covered in grease because of the years of not cleaning the kitchen, start to go aflame all around.
they're standing at the edge of the path, just watching it burn. Ah,
And
a
you,
little bit of arson does my heart so well.
as it's burning, you can smell the faint hint of bacon.
I mean, bacon sounds good, but I'm not eating anything in that place. You see Carousel flip it off and then turn around and start walking down the thing. Saphira just shakes her head and follows on.
So as you walk forward, you find yourself at an impasse. The path that you thought would lead you to more dry land does. But on the other side of a large, nasty, green, boggy river, there are a few points of land in between that you could jump through, but there is a large mist that is slowly wafting through that kind of distorts your view.
Well, shit.
And in the distance, you hear a very, very loud bloop. As if something just went into the water.
I mean, obviously. Oh, fuck. There goes the dice.
That's what you get for playing with it.
Fuck you. Listen, just because I am literally sitting here just continuously fucking with the dice and keeping them between my fingers, I don't know what to do because, I mean, it's not like they're going to swim across this shit. There's no rafts or anything.
No, but there is a lot of pieces of driftwood, and you can see that there is a small, like, almost connecting path. You would just have to jump it to get across.
And herein lies the problem. Is that going to be athletics, or is that going to be acrobatics or a dex?
It'll be an acrobatics.
Okay. I guess Carousel and Saphira are gonna go island hopping.
All right. So, as you jump the first island, I'm going to need Carousel to roll a dex saving throw.
Yeah, I don't even need to look at the plus.
God damn it. So,
that would be a nat 20, bitch.
damn it. All right. So, as Carousel gracefully jumps across from boulder to boulder, a tentacle comes rushing out of the swamp, just almost barely grasping Carousel's foot before it sinks back into the water.
I don't know if it's a good idea for me to be out here. The calamari is big.
And you just hear in the distance,
Well, unfortunately, you're already out there, and we've already gone a few islands and shit. As much as I hate to say it, we should probably just press on. Okay. There's nothing bad that can happen, right?
all right, so you jump over the last island to get onto the large formation of ground that seems to lead into actual clearing that is no longer boggy. I'm going to need Saphira to roll a dex saving throw.
Oh, fuck. She's big and strong. She ain't exactly dexterous. I mean, she does have a +2. Come on, big titty bitch. Ha-ha! Dirty 20.
Ah, all right.
It's an 18 +2 on die. Or 18 +2.
So, Carousel sees Saphira take her last leap and spread her wings to help actually stabilize her.
Fuck, I forgot I had wings. We could have just flown across this bitch.
Oh, yeah, I know. I wasn't going to tell you that. I was waiting till you remembered.
I mean, we've already had so much flying in this campaign. I kind of wanted to limit it.
I get it. So yeah, you gracefully land on the other side, and as you turn, as Saphira turns around, she sees another tentacle just whip up and come back down, and you see an eyeball pop up, stare at you, and get really angry, and then go back down.
Carousel turns to it while it gets angry. Fuck you. Flips it off and fucking walks away.
You just hear in the background.
Never mind. I'm not going to make that joke and put us on the explicit tag.
And as y'all continue to move forward, you make your way. Oh god, come on. To a clearing where a battle is actually occurring. You see a hag and several of its red cap minions attacking what Carousel knows to be the royal guard of the World Tree.
Fuck. We let him live? Do we let him die? What do we do? Fuck, I'm too good for this. He fucking pulls out his bow and shoots at the hag.
Alright. Carousel takes his shot at the hag, and of course, he's hidden along with Saphira behind a few bushes while this battle is going on. And it whistles forward, and you see the arrow just go straight into just above her crotch. And you just hear out of, in the distance, ah, my no zone. You hear her
All right.
Yeah, you hear her scream in anguish.
Do I roll damage or anything?
Yes. If you wouldn't mind.
All right. 1d8 plus 4. Where
Sorry,
the fuck is my d8? There's the 2 pyramids ass.
If you wouldn't mind rolling damage and rolling for stealth.
Stealth. 18.
All right, cool. So you are able to stay hidden from this attack.
Motherfucker. That's only 7 damage.
All right. So, Carousel does this 7 damage, is able to stay hidden. So nobody notices that you did this. They just all assume that one of their arrows actually hit her. And yes, they are taking credit for your shot.
Of course they are, the stupid fucking guards. I hate the fucking royal guards.
And
I was just gonna say because I know canonically what color their armor is and shit like that. But would you like to describe the royal guard to everybody? Because you said it's Fey royal guard, right?
yes, so they
Or World Tree royal guard.
Yes. So the royal guard that Saphira sees in front of her is a whole bunch of squirrels, 2 feet tall, wearing green-clad armor with bows and swords. And they are fighting fiercely against these red caps. And yeah, the arrows that they're firing are, squirrel-sized arrows, but they are charged with Fey magic, causing them to explode in Fey fire as they hit.
Does it look like they are winning the battle, or?
At the moment, your shot seems to have turned the tides.
Okay. Saphira, these guys are assholes. I mean, not really. Some of them can be nice, but yes, I know you don't fuck with the royal guard of the Fae. Shall we just take some pot shots to try to help them, and then maybe take out the hag and do it stealthily so that they don't find us, and then hopefully go the fuck home? Sure. I mean, I've got ranged stuff. What the fuck are you gonna do? Throw a rock? I mean, I can.
Improvised weapon is always an option.
Exactly. Especially one with a strength modifier as high as hers.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're gonna keep stealthily taking pot shots.
Alrighty then.
Because they don't want to interact with the Fey guard.
All right.
Although I am rather perturbed and curious on why the fuck they're here. Haven't seen them since I left the Feywild. Who do you want to go first, Saphira or Carousel?
Have Saphira roll for stealth to stay hidden.
Actually, she's got a +4. Ruffians actually have a pretty decent dex modifier.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
That would be a 16.
All right, so she is able to stay hidden, although there is some rustling that catches the attention of one of the royal guards, but they do brush it off as rustling from the battle.
Okay, so improvised weapon is what exactly, sir?
It will be the
Is
improvised.
that a D4 or a D6? I can't remember.
I believe it's a D4.
Oh, shit. Haha, that is a 4.
All right. So you, Carousel sees Saphira grabbing a pretty sharp rock and expertly jumping up, chucking it, and then coming right back down. No one notices this occurs as this rock goes flying like a missile, almost whistling in the air, and it goes straight right into the middle of the hag's head. And she is knocked out. And this
What are the...
is where we're gonna leave Carousel and Saphira at the moment.
Oh, you fucker. You fucker.
While we move back to the rest of the party. Alrighty then, everybody. It is in this instance that we are going to take a break and interact with everybody here. And we're going to come back to the rest of the party, who are, for the most part, unbound, a little burned, a little bit charred, or smoke inhalation. But
2 fires in 1 episode.
all right. I will say, and I will warn everybody that this next segment is going to be quite quick. We are nearing the end. So just be ready for that. Turn on some music. Everybody go do what you need to do. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. Yeah, just a bit singed.
Hey, Fauci, I asked you a question about creative decision making in DMs.
Mm.
Dice are the ultimate fidget toy.
All right, so the back and forth cuts are working. So the back and forth cuts are working really well. I'm glad to hear that, Chef. Thank you. Honestly, I was a little bit worried, but I am enjoying this one. This one's a lot of fun.
Gotta say, gotta love the chefs on the Barbie here.
You mean on the booby?
That too. Oh, did you love the fact that you guys basically you need to clip you talking about that dirty kitchen, and at the end you go, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you always keep your kitchen clean.
Right? It's a public service announcement in entertainment.
Because a greasy kitchen is hazardous.
Oh yeah, no. Everyone in the food industry, anyone who's been in the food industry, we all know this. We've seen it too. We've seen greasy ass kitchens and what happens to them.
You know, the thing is, I'm not worried about the fire. I'm worried about the fall damage. Have you ever tried to walk on a greasy floor without anti-slip shoes on?
Yeah, I have. You know, it sucks.
I wasn't able to, like, when I worked at McDonald's, you actually were not allowed to walk behind the cash registers without anti-slip shoes on.
Yeah, no, it's at least in where I worked in the food industry, it became essentially a standard that you cannot be in the kitchen or on the kitchen floor without non-slip shoes. The only people that don't need non-slip shoes are customers. But I'll be right back. I gotta use the wee wee room.
I'm not last this time.
Alrighty then, everybody. Are we ready to get back into it?
Yes.
Alrighty then. Let me pause the music and let's do this.
Were you trying to play music on Twitch?
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear any.
It might be just because it was low on your end, but it seemed to be going out. Alrighty then. Well, everybody, let's get back on into it, shall we? My friends, now we come back to our heroes, to Orin, to Pharos, to Remy, who are now free of their bonds.
Remy.
Alright, sorry, Roke. God, I'm bad at this. Roke.
Yeah, I missed that one.
There's Roke, free of their bonds, and just a little bit covered in soot, as the rest of the burlap sacks are still kind of embering, and everybody is starting to free themselves. You see scared women and children standing there. As the cart is still moving, and what you see, other than this, you see a bunch of hay bales in front of the entrance of the exit of the cart of the wagon, the covered wagon. And because of the covering and the way that it is, you can't see who's currently driving the wagon, but you do hear other wagons from the noises up beside you, as well as you still hear coming from on the other side of the hay bales a bunch of horses coming at you at full speed, and the thickness yelling his battle cry.
Well, am I towards the front of this thing? Like the hay bales are the back. Am I near the horses?
Well, you can't see the horses because it's an entirely covered wagon.
I know that part, but I'm asking what part. Am I in the back?
Yes, you're near the hay bales.
Okay, I'm gonna ask everyone to, so I'm near where the front of the driver should be, because I'm gonna tell everybody to cover their ears and make sure no one's in front of me.
Okay.
And I'm going to use level 2 Thunder Wave to try to break the front end of this cart so that it breaks the animals free of the front of the cart so we stop moving.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
As he's doing that, can I try to tell what he's doing?
Well, I told everybody to get back. I'm gonna do something, and I'm aiming towards the front of it.
Yeah, there's verbal and thematic portions. Thunderwave. Can I identify what he's doing?
In this instance, you, my friend, I need you to roll insight.
Okay. That is amazing. I think that's 12.
All right. So you can tell pretty much what he's going to do. You can tell he's about to unleash a thunder wave.
All right, I'm going to just yell, brace!
And I'm casting this at level 2.
Okay. Roll for your damage, if you don't mind.
$15 thunder damage.
All right.
30 to the wagon, then.
So here's what happens. Oh, God. Oh, I'm so sorry to everybody.
I tried to warn him.
So here's what happens. Everybody stands back. You thunder wave. You see Orin brace himself and stand and unleash this wave of thunder, which breaks apart everything in front of you. You kill the horses in front of you. You see their backsides shatter and explode into viscera, bones, blood, and guts as the backside of them explodes. Whatever was driving this thing is gone amongst that viscera. As this cart falls forward, and in the momentum, everyone is tossed forward. And I'm going to need all three of you to roll a constitution saving... a dex saving throw.
That was cut.
30-20.
There you go. That is a 9.
Please hold.
Can I argue for advantage since I identified what was going to happen?
I apologize, but no.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Fair.
15.
All right, so here's what occurs. Orin, as the cart first heads down, Orin is literally able to slide down, end up on the floor, and stay there as the rest of the cart just lifts above him and keeps going. Roke flies out and is able to catch himself and roll out onto the floor as Pharos is in the cart with the rest, and you see it just keep flying and turning as children and women and men are flying out of the cart, and you see them fall and bludgeoningly break their necks, their backs, their legs, as carnage is everywhere. Every innocent person is harmed in some way in almost fatalistic damage now. Except for Pharos, who I'm going to need you to subtract 10 points of damage as you have taken physical bludgeoning damage to both your head and your back.
That's pretty significant for me. Ferris just on the ground. Ow!
Orange is looking at her like, ah!
Orin, we gotta have a physics lesson, man.
I didn't know they came in two-wheeled versions.
No, they didn't. You destroyed the front half.
Okay, honestly, I thought I was close enough to the front where I wouldn't damage the wheels to the side. I actually thought I was that far forward.
I'll run
It's
over
the
and
cart
run
though.
out
If
for you.
you broke most of the front end, even if you were like parallel to the wheels, you still broke. It goes out sideways too.
And also, I guess the cart was going a lot faster than I thought.
The power of
Orange,
physics
orange,
is
orange,
terrifying.
orange.
So, what y'all see, Roke is fine. He gets up. Orin is fine. He's just sitting there. Pharos does get up amidst the carnage, and you see everybody screaming, crying. A few people are gurgling to death. And the two, there were actually, because you're out of the cart, you can actually see that there were two other carts. They stop. They're driven by Muckstick and Fuckstick, and they are staring in horror at the carnage that just occurred in front of them. The horses behind you also stop because Thickness and the troops that he brought with them are staring in horror at the carnage that has just occurred.
Like, I guess I'm gonna try to get to like spare the dying on anyone I can. See if I can keep anyone from just dying outright out here.
Oh, give me a second. Okay. Ord
Just
is
going around
actually
poke,
going to look
poke.
at the two clouds and go, get on the ground, face in the mud, or I'm doing that to you.
Both of the clowns just snap their fingers and they disappear.
I'm going to kill those fucking things when I find them.
And
Can you just make sure I'm not in front of you?
yes, Roke.
And I'm going to use up every casting of healing word I have.
Any mending you'd like to do here, Roke?
I'm going to look at...
No, I'll do some. I'll put out some healing as well. I was gonna run over and help guys phage out too when he was all busted up. But then
Nah, don't
also
worry
I
about me,
assume
I'm
that
just-
if they just disappeared off the carts, that there's now unmanned carts roaming forward.
Oh, no, they're stopped. The carts were all stopped. Sorry.
Okay. I'll go over to some of the open carts or some not open carts. Go over to some of the other carts and try to provide some assistance.
All right. So, how many casting of healing can you do, both of you?
Spare the Dying is a cantrip.
All I can do is heal, so I will heal some people who are alive but wounded. But I can only do it 3 times.
All right.
I have 5 castings.
And yours is a cantrip, Pharaohs?
Yeah, spare the Dying. It just keeps people from, like, it passes death save. So if anyone's like dying outright, it stops that.
All right. So within the time and how quickly you guys are mobilizing, first off, Roke goes to one of the carts and he finds many other bound people, and he is able to cut them free quite quickly because there's nothing going on right now. The Thickness and the troops actually go to the other cart, freeing the others, while various people try to aid both you and both Orin and Pharaohs in healing these people and saving their lives. You are able to save the majority of them, but 4 of them do die. 2 of them were adults. Sorry, 3 of them were adults and 1 of them was a child. But 2 of them were parents, leaving 2 orphans.
Barris is gonna get really close to Orin, like lean in and be like, "I'm not a child killer anymore."
Orin collapses to the ground, passing out. The DM just broke Orin's brain. I gotta reevaluate his alignment now.
He just needs a physics lesson. That's all.
1. He doesn't have that much intelligence. He was just trying to break the courses free from the cart, and the DM decided to have a little bit of fun.
It's a hell of a spell that does double damage to constructs.
I didn't know it did double damage to constructs.
That's kind of why I let you do it.
Boom, boom.
I'm sorry.
I will say, Pharaohs does not seem that hurt by the lost people. He is happy about the people who saved, but the people who lost, he's just kind of like, happens.
So as you guys are, kind of getting your bearings, and everybody who survived is still thankful that you saved them, although some are horrified. The Thickness comes up to all of you and goes, "Now that that's over, I need y'all to come with me. I've got 2 of your party members waiting for you at the harbor."
At where?
Over by the harbor.
Oh, harbor. I thought he said Valhalla. I was like, what?
And as he points, you realize that y'all are literally just outside of the border of the fucking town. They didn't get that far. And in this instance, we're going to go back to Carousel and Saphira to see exactly what went on and how they ended up where they ended up, while Thickness is trying to guide you to them. Alrighty then, and here we are again with Carousel and Saphira. And last we left them, well, they were attempting to stealth away from the Royal Fae Guard that seemed to be here for some reason. And they are currently at odds with a hag and her little red cap minions. Although Carousel and Saphira have successfully knocked out the hag and taken pot shots, while also shooting her crotch. But
I mean, technically, that's a pot shot.
yeah, that's. And currently, the guard is completely oblivious to exactly what's going on. They just simply think that they're currently winning. And the battle is still going on between the red caps. The hag, though, is currently down and out and knocked out. So what is Carousel and Saphira doing in this instance as they're trying to sneak through?
Carousel sees Saphira throw the rock, the hag go down, and is like, wow, nice shot. You should play for the Fantasy Dodgers. Fuck off, you little squirrel. You know I'm strong as shit. Alright, so what are we going to do now? Are we going to help the god? Nah, they should be able to finish off the red caps. I mean, they're fucking red caps. It's the hag that I was afraid of. I may not like them or want to interact with them, but they're still fucking Fae, and they come from the world tree, so I had to do something. Let's sneak the fuck away.
And as you attempt to do this, the hag does stir up once more, and she is awake, but she is prone. But she is about, you can tell that she is pissed off from the long, scraggly, angry nose look on her face as she stands back up and is about to cast again.
Okay. Can Carousel is like, motherfucker, just stay down. Can he pop up and take another shot because he wants to cast Ensnaring Strike if he hits?
Ooh. All right. First off, roll for stealth to see whether or not you can do this. To be unseen while
on.
doing it.
It's a +6. Let's see how this goes. That would be a 21. 15 on die plus 6.
All right, so Carousel, using his lightning squirrel instincts, jumps up and, fires off a shot. The arrow whizzes forward, unbeknownst to anybody. It's silent. Roll for damage.
Okay, that would be, what did we say? Also, another question. Since we're technically not in initiative doing this, can I use my Dread Ambusher effect?
Ooh.
Because I guess now is a good time. Since Carousel no longer has a beast companion, while he's in this fun little adventure, he feels a new type of power growing in him. He is now what we are affectionately calling a Fae Stalker Ranger. But Dread Ambusher in the first at the start of your first turn of each combat, technically we're not in initiative order, hence the reason I want to use it. Your walking speed increases by 10, and if you attack on that turn, you can make one additional attack.
Ooh, yes, you can definitely use that.
Okay, so
you're essentially firing 2 arrows at once.
2 arrows at once, and the first one's going to be an ensnaring shot as well.
All right, and I have to roll what?
Going for double damage or double attack, and yeah.
For the ensnaring strike, what do I have to roll for DC again?
The next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, so it'll be the first attack hits, the second attack does the ensnaring strike.
Okay.
Writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by magical vines until the spell ends. A hag is not a large or larger creature, correct?
No, a hag is a medium-sized creature.
Yeah, so they don't have advantage.
All right.
While restrained by the spell, the target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of its turns.
I will tell you that the ensnaring strike does work.
Okay. As long as both attacks hit.
Yes, as long as both... Well, no, both attacks do hit because you rolled the...
Oh, yeah.
You're just rolling for damage right now. I just rolled a 5 on the strength roll, and that's not good.
Oh, no. Let's see here. Actions. Longbow, 1d8 plus 4. ass pyramid for the win.
Please don't tell me it's 1.
No, it's an 8 on die.
Nice.
Plus 4 for 1. And that's a 5 on die plus 4 for the second one.
All right.
And the ensnaring strike.
So, Saphira sees Carousel just dart forward, jump off of a branch that was nearby from the tree line, and from there, literally do a somersault off of it and fire 2 shots and jump and end up silently back into the bushes. Those 2 shots end up hitting the hag right in her tetons, both of them. And
fuck. I chose the wrong time to take a drink.
one of those arrows goes deep enough to pierce her heart, and you just hear, "Ah!" And you see a mass of vines just come out of nowhere and snaring all over her body, and you hear, "What the fuck?"
Okay. So can we go now? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's dip.
As you are sneaking away, of course, you see the royal guard celebrating and patting each other on the back and how well they just did, taking down the hag.
Fucking assholes, always taking everybody else's fucking achievements. I'm so glad I left the fucking Feywild.
And of course, you successfully sneak your way from this battle, which is going in the Royal Guard's favor. They are winning as the red caps are falling one by one, and the hag is definitely not going anywhere.
I don't foresee her continuing to make good strength saving throws.
No. And you make your way forward, you find yourself at an ancient altar. And this ancient altar has symbols that Carousel is very familiar with. These symbols are of the world tree, and it signifies that this is one of the many ancient transport gates that could take you anywhere around the world, as long as you are able to focus on it. But you do also notice that it is slightly damaged, and it might not be as stable as you think it would be.
Okay, so question then. If it's a Fey transport circle with Fey runes, does that mean that this bog fucking restaurant's in the Fey?
Roll for
what? You cut out.
Sorry. Roll for perception.
Oh, motherfucker. For which one?
For Carousel specifically.
Yeah, because it would make sense for Saphira to know. Nope, he doesn't fucking know. That's not one.
You feel Fey
He's a-
energy
he's a pa-
around?
He's apparently distracted. Anyway. You just hear him walking along, grumbling. He's like, goddamn Fey fucking Royal Guard think they're hot fucking shit. They would have been fucking dead and would have been turned into a stew or some shit. What is it? Grind your bones to make your bread or some shit. I don't know. That might be a fucking giant. Who knows? Anyway, and it's like, let's get the hey, look, a transportation circle. These are Fey runes, so I should be able to use it. Hey, Saphira, you want to try to get home? You know, I do, but I don't know if I trust your handle of magic. What's that supposed to mean? No, nothing. Fucking chaotic ass squirrel will probably end up in the 9 hells or some shit. Who the fuck knows? Fuck it, let's go home.
So, Saphira and Carousel stand at the very center of this face circle, and Carousel gently places both palms in the 2 circles that seem to be closest to the center of this particular transportation. And
Hold on. Now, Saphira, in order for this ancient Fey circle to work, you see these two circles right here? All right, I'll stand in the center of the circle. You have to place a tit in each one and say the magic words oogity boogity. Are you sure that's how this works? Yeah, it's Faye. We're weird creatures. Just go ahead and give it a try. She straight up just sets a tit in each one. Oogity boogity. Ah! I can't believe you fucking fell for that. That's fucking awesome. She stands up, pissed as hell. You son of a bitch! Boom! Fucking decks him.
oh, it's fucking. I'm like, all right.
Hold on a second.
So of course, Carousel standing there with a big old baseball-sized wallop on his head.
No. It's even better than that. Takes 8 damage.
Oh
And
my!
he's gonna have a black eye.
Nice. So Carousel puts his 2 hands where Saphira just placed her two boobs, and the runes begin to light up, reacting to the Fey energy that is in Carousel. And as the runes light up and you see all of them begin to activate, you see the Royal Guard roll in, and one of them puts their hands up, and you hear, "Stop! Stop! Stop!"
Takes one hand off of the circle and puts his foot on the circle, so he's like hand and foot, like Twister style. Fuck you!
And as the light from the circle comes rushing forward, blinding all of you, enveloping everybody, you hear, just before you are rushed forward, "But my and that is all you hear. As this is where we're going to be ending today's episode of the DN Doofs. I appreciate every single one of y'all for joining us today. Though this is a pre-recorded segment, I want to say thank you to all of our viewers. I hope you all enjoyed, and remember to join us for the next week's episode of the DN Doofs. And it is here that we will be ending today's episode of the DN Doofs. I really do appreciate everyone that has joined us today. We are going to send a raid off to somebody as we do end, but I do want to give our cast a second chance to share a little bit about themselves, the content that they do, as we say goodbye. And of course, I myself, an Asian Fascia Gamer, a regular content creator both on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, and so much others. We do appreciate you being here, and I'm gonna let it go off with Geist of Age to Roke to Orin, and then we'll see everybody again later. All right?
Guys of Age, make D&D related content, mostly shorts, but also run 2 separate campaigns: a normal campaign, Homebrew World, and a Digimon D&D campaign. Also, I'm working on Digimon TTRPG videos, though I'm bad at making videos.
I'm
Bad
Remy.
with time.
I'm Remy. I make sim drifting content on YouTube. It's Technical Motorsports on YouTube.
Hello. Apparently, my name's Orin now. Hello. Name's Audacia with a 0. I'm trying to stream on the weekends, and also me and my better half are on YouTube for the Slovak Farm, where we do Floss Tube, which is talking about cross stitch and other needlework craft.
And we are the DN Doofs. Let's give some love to Unpenguin, whom we are going to be rating now, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Jazz hands.
Bye.
Yep.